Hey, what's up? It's Marley at Seneca Mineral here in Erie, Pennsylvania. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of a Metal Pless AgriMaxx series plow that we just installed on our very own John Deere 4052R, and to give you sort of the installation process that we used. There's been some chatter on the Metal Pless Facebook group about how the install process goes for these particular plows, and I would assume that the process is very similar whether you're talking about a 4000 series tractor, 5000 series tractor, and I would imagine a 3000 series tractor as well. But this is the experience that we had with this particular tractor. The big question that everybody had was how to handle this upper tube on the undercarriage plate. So this tube right here, and when you get it from the factory for install, that tube actually runs all the way to the front of the undercarriage. And if you install it just like that, the problem on this machine is you're gonna run right into your steering linkage and your steering cylinder. So I've seen two ways of doing this now, and the first is the way we did it, which is just to lop this tube off. We moved it back on the plate and then just cut off a couple inches of it so that it missed the linkage and the cylinder. The other way I've seen it done now is guys have been cutting right along here and then cutting the top part of the tubing off so that you can keep that for support on the plate. I don't know if there's a right or wrong way to do it, but this is the way we've done it, and it seems like it's pretty solid. So for this particular install, we decided to go with using the loader controls for running the plow, and that's one option that you have. The other is using tractor remotes if you have them for all the functions. So in this particular case, the functions for the plow, up and down and left and right, are coming right from the loader controls, and then you control the wings with the electronics, which I'll show you once we get into the cab. Now, if you were to run this with the remotes of the tractor, there's a hardline kit from Deere that you can hardline your remotes to the front of the tractor, or you could just run soft hoses and secure them along the undercarriage and coming up to the plow itself. So for this install, we used some existing holes on the brush guard, which you can see right there on this side, to mount the accumulator, and we did end up having to drill some holes to mount your electrical hookup. All the plumbing is something that your installer is going to have to do for you. This is our first attempt at this, and having now done it, I will do it differently if we put it on somebody else's machine. But this is how we ran it for this one, and I mean, everything works. It's just not as clean as I'd like it to be. We still have to tie some things up here because we just got this machine done. It's going to snow this week, so everybody's hustling to get everything in. So, but that's sort of just an overview of how that all ends up working. And same problem here that we had with the with this tube. And you know, we could have run this plumbing here, these soft hoses over the axle, but I just wanted to minimize the amount of chances you have to pinch it. But it's probably a horse of peace. So looking at the back of the machine, your undercarriage plate comes out and meets this adjusting bracket here. We had to pull the drawbar out some to get it to fit everything in, which I think is pretty common. Once you get that on there, you can adjust this plate, this mounting bracket, to move this plate forwards and backwards to get into one of the holes on the drawbar. Okay, so up in the machine, we opted to go with a factory switch for the loader control, which we actually had to install. I don't have a third valve on this machine, so there's a kit from Deere to install this switch, and I would just caution you, if you're going to use that, to make sure that when you router out this area, not to go too large, because I did, and it's going to work fine, but it's not exactly perfect. That switch comes with wiring, and we ran it right into what Metal Pless sends you, and we caught a hot underneath here. Like I said, we haven't tied this up yet because I wanted to show how this all hooked up. This AgriMaxx actually came with. This is the Metal Pless handle with the switches in it already that we got with this particular AgriMaxx, and because we had the handle in the Deere already, we decided to use this in our loader. So you're going to see the Metal Pless switch coming up here in just a minute. We had a larger machine that needed that particular handle, so we ended up taking this switch from that machine, which is what Metal Pless sends you if you're going to do an install. We didn't end up using it, obviously, because we're using the factory Deere switch here. So that works out pretty good. If you need a part number for this, it is available. Operation's pretty simple. It's about like you'd expect. Up, down, left, right. And then to activate your wings, you just click your button here, push and hold, and then it activates your wings. Same on this side. So it's pretty intuitive. There are other options if you'd like to use them, but this is the way we chose to do this piece of equipment, and it works out great.